Alright, so I'm going to make this video now in case I don't get to make one next week. Just because I have some spare time right now. But I'm going to be talking about something very important that I've talked about on my channel before, and that's mental health. Now, as some of you know, I'm going into psychology. I'm currently in university, and I struggle personally with depression and anxiety. They're manageable, obviously, but obviously because of how mental illnesses work, some days are harder than others, some days are better than others. But today I just kind of want to talk about coping strategies, and that's kind of it. I don't Obviously, not all of these are going to work for everybody. These are just strategies I can think of right now off the top of my head that either I use or I know people who use these strategies. Um, so, first off, I'm going to talk about things I do to handle my depression, and I'm going to call myself out in this video because I do use a lot of unhealthy strategies. So, one of the biggest ones, I'm going to start with my unhealthy ones. My biggest unhealthy thing I do is I hold on to it and I refuse to talk to people about it. That way I feel like I'm not bothering people. I feel like I can get it under control on my own. And then I'll also kind of just eat my feelings. And obviously that's not that healthy for you. It can lead to weight problems and an unhealthy relationship with food. But some of the things I like to do to help with my depression is I like to write, I like to make videos, and I try to spend time with people I know care about me and genuinely enjoy my presence. And those are and I try to go and talk to someone about it. It doesn't have to be a therapist, but like talk to a friend or your significant other or a family member. Because just talking about it can sometimes help out a lot more than you think. Um, my With my anxiety, I have nervous habits, so I'll mess with my hands, or if I have jewelry on, I'll mess with that. But I have a really unhealthy habit of scratching, and it's because when I get uncomfortable and I get overwhelmed, I try to do something rhythmically or consistently. Like I'll bounce my leg, or I'll rub my arm, things like that. And it's partially an unhealthy habit because obviously if I'm rubbing my arms and I'm using my nails, obviously it's going to cause damage. Um, but I'll run my hand up and down my arm with my knuckles, the inside knuckles, um, just so it applies pressure and it helps a little bit. But things that you can do, or also that I can do, or other people do, to help with anxiety, and it's very, very personal, so it doesn't always work for everybody, and it can sometimes not always work for the same person. One thing some people do is they meditate, and it just kind of helps you be in the moment and practice mindfulness and confront what's making you anxious if you can. Um, uh, what you can do is you can slowly expose yourself to what makes you anxious if able to be done safely, obviously. So if you have a fear, or if it not a fear, but like if crowds make you anxious, slowly start going to more and more crowded places. So like start with a small group and then slowly add a couple people in, and do it that way. That can it's exposure therapy essentially, where you gradually increase to get to a place of essentially normalcy. And I hate that word, but to essentially where people without that specific form of anxiety is already at. Um, Another thing I tend to do when I'm anxious is I clean. I have a lot of control based anxiety. So if I feel like I don't have control over a situation, whether I do or I don't, like if I can't find something or um, if I'm having issues with uh, like my teachers not being understanding about because right now we're in a pandemic. Um, if my teachers are giving me a hard time because I'm not comfortable returning to classes, but I'm already signed up for all these classes, then I tend to spiral a little bit and I'll start cleaning my entire house, which in some ways is really good because then, like, obviously I'm in a clean house. In some ways, it can be really, really bad because I will have other things I need to do, but I can do this right now and get immediate satisfaction from it, so I want to do this now. Um, I've also started putting my anxiety into positive things. So if I'm feeling anxious, I'll do homework or I'll read or I'll write or I'll do something I've been meaning to do, like making videos. Just because it's a positive outlet to get that energy out. Um, but there's a lot of things you can do, and it's kind of trial and error. You'll have to go through a lot of different strategies to help in order to um, in order to find the ones that actually work. And I know I've been through a lot of them, and I know a lot of them didn't work for me. So instead of what a lot of my friends do is they do grounding, which is like 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, or 3 things you you smell, something like that. Where you it's just a way to acknowledge your surroundings, to bring your head back down to where it needs to be, and in the moment instead of off in anxiety or depression land. And that can sometimes work, and I know a lot of people that works for, but for me, it doesn't always work. For me, I have to do breathing, I have to be productive, I have to be busy. And then once I finally have downtime, like before I go to bed, when I'm with my significant other, I'll usually talk to him if I'm having issues because that's one of the most positive outlets you can have is somebody to talk to about what's going on. And like I said, it could be a therapist, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be your significant other, it could be your dog. Right? Like, you don't need somebody who can talk back to you. You don't need someone who will completely understand what you're saying. You just need somebody there to listen sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to make it very, very clear. There is nothing wrong with just wanting someone to listen to why you're upset or why you're having a hard time. Um, but on that note, uh, I hope that this video maybe helps someone. I'm hoping that you guys maybe not enjoy this video, but like gained wisdom from it in some way. Uh, and I really hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do with this video. Um, with that being said, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. If you want to see something different, let me know in the comments. I would love your feedback, and I would love to be able to have a conversation with you guys. I will see you guys next week. Until then, bye.